Folks, this is the cylinder head from the 48 DeSoto. You've seen from the previous videos that cylinder head was red, and we did manage to get it off. It was pretty nasty all around. It's just come back from the sandblaster. And that color that you're seeing may not exactly look like freshly blasted sand, freshly blasted cast iron, but we treat all cast iron and blasted steel here with a special chemical, because once it's sandblasted, it's like a raw wound, and it'll very quickly it'll start to corrode and oxidize and get surface rust on it very fast. So there is a product that you can get in hardware stores called OSPHO, which is a type of phosphoric acid. We buy it in bulk and put it in a spray bottle. And let it either dry in the sun, or if we're kind of in a hurry, we'll take a propane torch and play the flame over it. It is what we do to all metal here before we put any paint on any cast iron or any steel. It is the best prep that you can do to cast iron or steel. It neutralizes the fine itty bitty particles of rust that are down in the pores that you cannot see and that the blaster cannot get to. It stabilizes the metal. Iron is a very reactive metal. It reacts very rapidly with oxygen, and that's what we've been doing for years. We have never had a paint failure, and we've been painting cars for over 40 years. So that's step one with the process. And we also take an extra step with water jackets that are 74 years old by cleaning them out with lye. More fun with chemistry. Now, a word of wisdom here. If you flunked high school chemistry class, this is not for you. Lye, we used it to degrease the brakes on this car at a previous video, and you've got to be very careful with it. It's very caustic. Do not get it on your skin. Do not get it in your eyes. I wear glasses, so I've already got my eye protection with me at all times, but it will dissolve your cornea in a heartbeat. Be very careful. Keep your head on your shoulders. So we've got lye. You can get this at your local hardware store. This is 100%, that's water. This is 100% lye. I've poured a quantity in this paint cup. We're going to put water into the lye. I need to caution you about a chemical phenomenon known as heat of dilution. As soon as I add the lye to the water, cup is going to get very hot. And there's an old adage in chemistry, and that it states to always add acid to water as you order. That's just a mnemonic. This isn't acid, this is lye. It's like the obverse of an acid, but you don't want to put water into an acid or into lye, which is a caustic, because it'll splash out, and you could risk getting drips of it and spots of it on your skin. So you do it the other way around. We're going to add the lye to the water. Very carefully. You never really know how much to make up. It's kind of a guessing game. You're trying to shoot for something that's about a 50% solution, and I have no idea how much this cylinder head takes. Oh, that's heating up. That's definitely heating up. Drain opener. We've got our potassium hydroxide lye all dissolved in the water, and we're going to continue to fill the head. Okay, we're gaining. I'm going to make more. I want this as full as I can get it. And then we're just going to let it sit. Okay, we're gonna make up some more. Again, the adage is acid to water as you order. Just a little mnemonic, but the bottom line is the more concentrated into the less concentrated. If you go the other way, it's going to splash back at you. We have cleaned the days of having a machine shop with a hot tank where they could dip your block, clean out the rust and the grease and all that are long over. Those hot tanks have been outlawed. We, however, continue to clean water jackets, blocks and heads alike, and any vintage car we work on by making up our own solution of lye. When we're all done with this lye, we're going to neutralize it. Here we go. We're going to neutralize it with a bunch of white vinegar, or any kind of vinegar for that matter. Once we do that, we just have pure water. And we run a couple of Model A Fords that we've cleaned the blocks like this. And in a hot summer day in Texas, we actually have to put cardboard in front of our radiator because the engine will not heat up. Whereas everybody else with a Model A is worried about their cars overheating because their blocks have never been properly cleaned. There we go. It's full. And now we just sit back and wait. I'm just going to let it sit there for at least a week.